Hey everybody, welcome back to Hawman's Advice Forum. I'm the Hawman. So I just wanted to give you guys an update about why I'm not making as much videos anymore. I'm going to move soon, so I don't know if I'm really preparing for it, but I just felt like maybe I'm just using this as an excuse to be lazy, but I'll probably make more videos once after I move, and I just don't feel like doing it right now. And the other reason is I don't really know what to talk about here anymore. I really don't, because I feel like I talk about the same thing over and over again. But at the same time, the problems that I've talked about keep happening. And in fact, I think they're getting worse, which almost kind of depresses me in a way because I feel like the effort I put in to talk about and solving the problems that we have in society, I guess are kind of being ignored. And I know it's not anybody's particular, it's really nobody's fault. But I think that kind of depresses me where we have all the information out there, and I think we have the information to solve most of society's problems. But the problem is that people themselves just don't care, or they don't want change, or they want to pretend that everything's okay. And it's like, damn, like really? And that's why I kind of get discouraged. I'm just a normal human being like everybody else. But yeah, that's just how I feel right now. And I guess I could go on a little rant just as a little gift for you guys who have been listening to me and want to keep listening to me talk. Let me talk about why, what's wrong with modern society, right? What is wrong with modern society? And there's a ton wrong with it, from the education system to the food system, lack of community, lack of real meaningful relationships. People don't care about each other no matter what age they are. The fact that, people are so determined, they're so hyper focused on a job, but then most likely the job will work you to death and then get rid of you as soon as you use this to them. There's a ton wrong with it. And I think like the biggest obsession of my life, especially in my late 20s, was just learning basic skills, and me being angry that my parents, the school system, even my own friends don't even care about learning basic skills. And I always like scratch my head and ask myself like, why? Right? And if you look at statistics, you realize like, wow, like society sucks, right? Number of people committing suicides increases year after year. If you look at the statistics about, the people being like living paycheck to paycheck, I think it's at least 70% or something like that. And then you see like those pictures of like, because of the pandemic or COVID, everybody's job, a lot of people got laid off. And so now, you have a whole bunch of, you've seen those photos where like people are lined up in their cars just to get food at the food bank because they don't have anything else. And I think really like the biggest obsession of my life was just like there was nobody to teach me like what I would consider now to be basic skills, especially in my late 20s. That's stuff I should have learned when I was like 12 or 13 to learn how to take care of myself. And I found like, wow, like people don't care. In fact, a lot of people look down on me for like trying to eat healthy, right? I think that's like one of the biggest things that was a struggle for me is like, I'm not trying to be sick and lead a degenerate lifestyle in my 20s and 30s. In fact, the older I get, I feel like the wiser I should be because I have more life experience. And for some reason, I feel like I'm the only one who thought that, right? I felt really bizarre that like people who are like 20 or 30 years older than me can't take care of themselves because, that's why they have so many health problems. And I feel really strange to be in a position where it's like, okay, like I'm not overweight. I'm not financially suffering. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, right? Although if the economy totally crashes, I'm pretty sure I'll be screwed too, just like the rest of you. But I'm not like, oh man, the extra, like at the end of the month, oh man, like $50 would make or break me. And I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. But I'm not in that position right now. I'm not in a position where I have to like think about my weight or look at my weight and say, oh man, did I lose 2 pounds? Because for some people that's like an accomplishment. To me, that's a fucking joke. And I don't know. I just feel sad that we live in a society, or think of society as a tribe, right? And we're the tribe members. We live in tribes that don't teach their tribe members how to survive. Tribes that don't teach their tribe members basic skills, and tribes that look, where the tribe members look down upon each other for trying to learn basic skills. You know, it's really bizarre how that works. And it took me a long time to figure out the deep level of rot in society that exists. And it's kind of like, I don't think society crumbled because of COVID. I think COVID just exposed how fragile our society is, right? People want to, it's like a house that looks beautiful on the inside, but I'm sorry, beautiful on the outside, but in the inside, the plumbing's a mess. Maybe there's mold. There's a gas leak, something like that, right? And that's kind of like why I felt like so angry for such a long time. And if I had known that pretty much almost 0% or maybe 1% of society is interested in just learning basic skills, I think when I was about 12 or 13, I would have just said F this and not study in school and just learn basic skills. Learn how to grow your food, learn languages, learn, dedicate my life to fun and cool things. And if other people are interested, I would just say blow me, right? And here's the other thing too. Just because you go to school doesn't mean you can't learn those things. It's just the fact that school these days is just a pressure factory. And there's some documentaries on YouTube that kind of describe, they kind of cover this phenomenon. I think there's one documentary called Race to Nowhere. That's a good title, right? That talks about how school just puts like relentless pressure on young kids. I haven't watched it. I think I saw like a preview of it, but I haven't watched it, where like schools put like relentless pressure on young kids, and it's a race to nowhere. And so instead of, you have to think of your time in terms of like what's a better use case in terms of alternatives. So is it better to study all day at 3 a.m. for AP classes, or is it better to learn how to build a house, right? Is it better to play sports you don't care about, or is it better to learn how to grow food, right? Everything is about how your time shouldn't be wasted. And if you're doing something that you don't care about, it's probably because somebody has an agenda for you to waste your time. Because if you do stand up and rise up, then, you probably threaten them, which is unfortunate. So, all right. So this is the Han Man here. If you have any thoughts, comments, leave them below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.